It's the Bingo audiobook after party.
Woo!
At the FunHouse.
With Bingo Bingaman, Sarah Hylander as Bingo Bingaman.
Yeah.
You narrated the book. And Doug Krebs, who not only did the audiobook, he also...
he did R.E.M. Used, my entire album. And
how many years ago?
What did we work
12?
out? 11?
11, yeah.
11.
And Chad Shank, of course. Chaille will dip in and out. So you're just wrapping up.
Yeah.
All right, let's start here. Your dad came down.
Why are we starting here?
Because your dad came down. You were going to read the book yourself.
Oh, yeah, no. Dad is an old Toastmasters guy. And
Your dad is very funny.
Yeah, he reads publicly a lot. And so I worked out some stuff in front of him, and I couldn't do anything he said. I didn't know what he was talking about. I fucked up every line. I read too fast. I was a mess. I was a fucking tard.
So your dad had to tell you you're not cut out for the job.
No, I told myself I wasn't cut out for the job before anybody else did.
That's good. It's good to be self-aware.
Absolutely. Everybody else will bullshit you and be... I told them this morning when I talked to Bingo earlier, I go, I'm like Doug. I go, if something sucks, you have to say this sucks and this is why. You can't sugarcoat it and say this is, let's redo that again another time.
There would have had a lot of sugar on my read if I would have read it. Not good.
Well, I kind of teased it with you when you were dead set on doing it yourself. I said, but if you didn't, who would you choose? The people we know.
And who I said was Margot Wallenberg, motherfuckers.
Who sounds like Chad Shank. Doesn't really work.
I had no one in the beginning.
I was feeling you out. I didn't want to say you shouldn't do this. I knew it would take a lot of work if you did want to do it, because you're a fucking writer. Last night, I tell Bingo, don't look at comments. And someone on Facebook, when you had tweeted a photo of Sarah narrating your book, and some fuckhead says, "Wait, you can write a book, but you can't even read it?" Like you're not. And I'm like, this is why I say don't read comments. Who is this guy? So for 5 minutes, you're fucking apoplectic.
Yeah, and then I got over it. For 5 minutes, I was pissed. Yeah.
But if you keep reading them, you're gonna have a lot of 5 minutes.
Oh no, I do know that.
So a lot of times you'll find an insult where there wasn't one.
Well, the thing is, in my book, if you'd read the fucking book, I insult myself enough and say I can't read out loud. In my book, I talk about it. So go fuck yourself. You didn't even read my book. Sorry.
So you realize it's not your gig, and it's not. You can't read a book. Well, there's acting chops on some level that come into it that I don't even have. That's why I have Chad Shank fucking read half of my book.
I was about to chime in for Bingo because he does kind of seem like he's picking on you. But whenever we did Stanhope's book, the producer from Audible, Bruce, halfway through he came outside and he goes, "I'm really glad you're here to do this because there's no way we could get this done in 4 days if Stanhope was doing it."
Fucking terrible read. Just doing the forward for your book. I was stuttering and quivering, and no, I can hear my own fucking sloppy mouth. It's just awful.
I put an extra mic on your heartbeat just so we can kind of fade that in at sometimes.
Telltale heart. Is he reading Poe or Bingo?
Poe.
That way you can kind of gauge whether or not the situation is getting more crazy or not. You know, the heart races.
How much advance notice did she give you, Sarah? I don't know whose idea it was to.
It was my idea, and I
Bingo's.
called Doug first. We got dates, and then I called you, and I begged.
I think you didn't. Nah. It was like 3 days before.
Okay.
3 days notice.
Can I have
Sarah's
you for
on
an
a
entire
plane.
week, please?
Yeah. No, it was like 3. No, it was like 3 days before like the big Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
which gave me 3 days to cancel my plane ticket.
She had
back home.
I completely changed my plans.
It seemed a little passive aggressive, but I know there's love in the room. So.
No, I totally didn't care. What did I say? I was like, fuck yeah. I did.
You were
Well, you just
excited.
started doing
totally did.
voiceover recently anyway,
Yeah.
so kind
No,
of fell into your...
my fucking lap. No, I knew I was going to do it. Like, the fact that Bingo was calling, like, when your name came up, I was like, fuck. Like, I was immediately excited. So anything you would have said, I've been like, yeah. So it didn't matter.
Anything?
No.
Anything?
She sees Bingo's number come up on her phone. She's like, oh, fuck, Doug's dead. Here's the call.
Patricia would have called me first. That's for fucking sure. No, I changed my ticket like that day, and that was it.
Well, Sarah's not only a comedian, you also do improv, character shit anyway. So,
Shit.
all right, this is the perfect person because we're going through comedians, people we know are good on mic.
And we love each other from the first minute we met. I wanted her.
But yeah, once we realized, oh shit, that's perfect because you can do characters. No, you can't do Bingo necessarily, but you
She's doing Bingo.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about it is that she's doing Bingo from the time of the book and the diary actually being taken.
Yeah.
It's like a time capsule hearing her voice on it.
Bingo was 27 when that
Does that make
happened.
sense?
yes, it
See
makes
what we did
perfect
there?
sense.
Sarah, is that why
Stanhope?
you shaved your head?
A method, motherfucker. Real method. I chew niggerette all day long. I almost said niggerette.
You said
Can you take that out? Take that out.
Nicorette.
Take that. Thanks, Chad Shank.
Doing it wrong.
Chad Shank just glued a straw to
Chad Shank
To
just
his
went
forehead.
to lean into his drink, and the straw went under the front of his cap on his forehead.
It was a visual joke that was only funny that I was trying to show it to Shaylee, but everybody else saw it, and then straw fell out. Straw
But it
stuck to
wasn't
my
even, you
forehead.
just pointed at
Can
the
I get a
straw.
straw on an unrelated note?
Sarah, I love that you said that. He had to point at the straw. Like, it's like, hey, do you see anything different about my face,
Look
Shaylee?
at my straw. You see the straw?
Now body surf that drink back to me, and I'll refill it.
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
there's no booze. I got a straw, no booze. Fuck, my priorities are all fucked up.
it wrong.
It's an after party.
Hat. Nobody saw the straw. It's in my hat. Straw in my hat.
Pretty fucking
How did
good.
you do that?
So
Accidentally.
you only had 3 days to start to read the book. You had
Yeah.
to read as you went every
Yeah.
night. This is 4 days you knocked this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were,
Did you-
we were
did
all
I'm
reading it.
boring now, so I
Did
don't
you-
have any
you get a lot
reason
of free time.
to break. Doug, smoke or drink. What the fuck else am I gonna do with my time?
Yeah, there's no
This is it.
meeting around here.
No, I take a break for a fucking trail mix chew and, and a carrot. Then we're back on. There's nothing that exciting in my life.
Is this the first audiobook that you've done then since you
Fuck
started
yeah.
voiceover?
Well, I was telling who was I telling? I was like, man, I've never even read a book. He's like,
She's from Kentucky.
No, she came in and she said, what language is this
just-
written in?
Hey, don't.
I just forgot the last part
Hey,
of
don't put,
audio.
Don't put that on your resume.
Done on. So
Never
there's that.
read a book.
Well, I just forgot the last trail off, which is on audio. I just said, I've never read a book. He said, no shit. I was like, it's going to be great. No, I've never read a book on audio ever. It's amazing. But
you're
it's
killing
literally,
it.
she's sitting in the room next to me. So it's not.
Yeah, she
I don't
high
know.
pressures the shit out of the situation. I'll
Oh.
tell you right now. She sits there right next to
Just
you.
stares at you.
Just staring at
Chewing
you like,
Nicorette
get it
gum.
right. Get it right, motherfucker.
I only had
The best part of the whole day, though, is when Bingo brought in her glass and what'd you have, like vodka and something? I don't know. You made yourself a cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
And like she brought it in, and all of a sudden Doug goes, "Hey, guys, does anybody have a glass in there with ice in it? Because
Wait, Doug, hang on. Doug is Doug Krebs, so refer to him as Krebs.
Yeah, no, Stanhope would know. Krebs said, who the fuck is drinking?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, my bad, I'm going to put this down here. Hold on.
Yeah, I think we had just gotten another barking dog episode, whichever it was, just past us. So we were freshly rolling in a nice, quiet environment, and there's this clinking.
It's funny
drink
because
in the
we call
background.
that the quiet house. That's
Which
where
it
we
normally
go.
is, yeah.
Yeah, but you're still closer to Coyotes and Javelina because that's right at the
Yeah,
fucking desert.
We had some javelina
We did.
stops, and we had some
We did.
helicopter stops there.
Crazy.
So.
Yeah, usually you hear the helicopters around here, and it's like MASH, where, oh my God, there's some big city action going on. There's a helicopter for some reason. I didn't hear it, but I slept a long, long time today. Yeah, I came over. I only had to read, 2 paragraphs for the forward. And,
You did great.
well, you came in and sat down next to me.
To make sure you would do great.
But every little stutter that I have,
No, not stutter when you fucked up the words.
yeah, it's the no, it is a thing. You forgot it is a thing. I said it's a what like that, and now I only had to do 2 paragraphs.
That's
so
how perfect our audio
I
book
know
is gonna
that's
be.
why I want Sarah to be honest and say,
didn't-
how many times did you just grab the table and go, I
Probably a
think
lot.
I got it fucking.
We loaded a flare gun and pointed it at the bongos just in case something needed to be let off. De-stressing,
Oh, God.
That's why I hate the fact that you're sober, because you won't be honest.
not
There had to be a
true.
few times where you go, just come on. How fucking perfect does
That's
it need
not
to be?
true, man. I would say things in the microphone, not directed towards bingo. Because
She's also sitting right in front of you
Again.
and
Oh,
an
God.
arm's length away.
no,
Definitely
Sarah?
smacking length.
no, not at all. No.
Sarah, just give us the top 50 annoying things.
Top 50 annoying things. No, I mean, they're not annoying, bingo.
Bingo's glaring at you. Please do it.
You have to understand that Bingo put all of this together herself.
I know.
And
At the last
you
minute.
should be proud
Yes.
of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You did all of this when I was on the
did.
road, fucking collapsing, near organ failure. You did this all yourself. And you always hate it when I try to make you the brunt of a joke. So here we go.
There was 6 cocks in your mom's ass.
I usually wake up by just giving Bingo shit. She's usually at the quiet house. I'm here on the floor or somewhere. And I call her up and I tell her, hey, your mother called and she's got 17 black dicks stuck in her asshole. They're bringing the jaws of life. Did you call? Just whatever. And then I steal her jokes and I steal her nomenclature. Don't bother me. And
That's my fucking word, yo.
So a couple mornings in a row,
No, tell him about the
Yeah, I know,
you got a
I'm
package.
well, what'd I say?
You got a package waiting for you here, so I'm stoked and ready to come over.
She loves packages.
I do.
She loves gifts. She loves mail. Go ahead.
But there were 12 dicks and 12 black dicks. And the package that came from your mom's fucking asshole.
I don't know what I said. It's a different one every day, but it's always the same theme. So
I
a couple of
cannot
mornings.
stand you talking about my mother's vagina. It makes me insane.
So for 2 mornings in a row, I call her up and tell her how proud I was of her, how she's doing such a great job.
I thought you were going to kill me.
But why are you being so nice to me? Yeah, she said, are you going to kill me today? He's going to kill me because he's doing nothing but being sweet to me. And then I guess it was as pretending to call Sarah, who is reading Bingo, and I did all this shit on a fake phone call. Hey, Sarah, your mother called. She has
That's
18
my mom's
dicks.
vagina. My mom's vagina.
All of a sudden, she's jealous because I'm abusing someone else with. No, that's me. You did that to me. I got her on a turnaround there. See what I did? All right, so let's get back to Bingo being annoying.
I don't know what you guys are
What
talking
about
about.
Krebs?
She was fantastic. She didn't give me any corrections at all in the
No one
2
does.
paragraphs I had to read.
Oh, we correct you behind your back, but we wait till you're far out of the city limits.
I specifically instructed them to correct me in front of my face because of that reason.
I'm just curious who they're bringing in to do Chad's read of Bingo's read. Who's actually the person that's going to do the read?
Well, no, Chad was doing.
Playing parts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
was
no,
a
I only-
paragraph.
There's a couple paragraphs that aren't Bingo's voice that she asked me to come and do.
Bingo, explain.
Yeah.
Voorhees.
No, not Voorhees.
Borges.
Voorhees.
Voorhees is
Jason.
Already
Jason
annoyed you.
Voorhees.
I have this.
Friday the 13th.
I have this part where I quote Borges' story "Dream Tigers," and I need it, and I write Robin something right after it, and I need it to be known what the story is.
So she takes a
the
passage
only-
from an author.
Like an interlude.
Yes.
I don't know what that word means, but it sounds right.
I have someone else read anything that I didn't write, and then Sarah reads all of me.
Does she do it? I want to hear. I don't want to put you on the spot.
We work as a team. Like anytime I didn't, like for instance, there was the word neither, and I say it neither. So she's saying it exactly how I would say things. It's fucking perfect.
All right. How about we take a quick break? Because pizza just showed up,
Okay.
and I'm going to find just a little chunk of your book. Please don't. This is it's what Olivia Grace said before she played here. All right. All right.
It has
I
to
won't.
be
I
before
won't. We'll
page
still
134.
we'll still take a break. So you got to eat pizza. We'll be right back. ProFlowers, ladies and gentlemen, it just showed up at our door, and we didn't order it. We're as surprised as you would be. I believe this came from Audio Boom. I don't know what they do for us, but they do something for us, and they're great at it. But this is not about them. This is about ProFlowers. This is about just a regular December evening, not a holiday. It's a Friday. It's a holiday to you, but we live better than that. And we still get flowers. Oh, my goodness. Those are roses. Those are straight up roses. Isn't that like a come on? Like, aren't roses something that we could, well, like, we work for Audio Boom. Or do they work for us, or do we work for that? Can we, like, is this a gaffe where we can say, hey, I was uncomfortable. If you had sent rhododendrons, then I would have been fine. But roses is more of an intimate thing, and we have a working relationship. And where are my pants?
It's a white rose, and I believe isn't that
No,
white
there's
rose?
red and white.
All right, I've got one. It's friendship though. White roses.
White rose. Okay, well, one of us is getting harassed. They don't. Thanks for being part of the campaign. Your friends at ProFlowers and Ad Results Media.
That's the connection with audio.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I just opened those flowers, and sure, I hurled some accusations of harassment, but I was certainly wooed. I'm going to have to admit, in the end, I was wooed. You know who else sexually harassed? John Cusack in Say Anything. He's standing outside with a boombox, playing the song for the girl. He can't take no for an answer. He's a stalker, but eventually, if he had just ProFlowers, he could have sent flowers, not been on the property, not broke any restraining order. Can you mail things or have things mailed with a restraining order? These are bullet points we need to talk to ProFlowers about.
They're not in our copy.
Okay,
How
well,
do we
let's
handle
get back to
restraining
us, ProFlowers. Get your legal team to get with our legal team and let them have lunch and tell us restraining order. Holiday season, Chaille.
Yes. It's the holiday season, and a bouquet or a festive plant from ProFlowers is perfect because it's not the same old traditional gift. It just says more. And I know you're scrunching your face on this, but think of it this way. Because, I mean, flowers is classic. But what about instead of bringing in creamed spinach to
for Christmas
for
dinner?
Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
I should have said that first.
Yeah, instead of flowers.
Send flowers the day before. And then they don't have to worry about a centerpiece come the day of the get together.
Yeah, and then it's all about you.
Exactly.
I sent those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are nice flowers, Sharon. Oh, I sent those. Those aren't Sharon's. Those are mine.
The beauty of ProFlowers is you could do it. You could order right now and send it to be delivered the day before the festive event.
Okay, here we go. Christmas party. Office Christmas party. Come on, tell me this won't pay off for the rest of the year. 2 bouquets of flowers. You send one to the boss from Sharon saying, I like to watch. Wink. And then one to the boss, or to Sharon from the boss that says, watch me, Jack. Wink. Yeah, that night at the company Christmas party, you just sit back and you watch sparks fly.
Yes.
And it probably will roll on well into the next year with legal issues. And I'm spitballing.
Yeah, your phrasing should vary.
Yeah, tweet me your ideas of what to do this holiday season with ProFlowers, how to get in the most trouble with one bouquet of flowers delivered.
Hey, no matter which you choose, the listeners of the podcast are going to get 20% off any ProFlowers bouquet or plant of $29 or more. And right now is a perfect time. The best-selling candy cane roses are a great option for a holiday gift, as well as the classic mini Christmas tree.
Oh, that's what these are, candy cane roses.
Oh, okay.
White and red.
Oh, yeah,
I get it now. I get it.
But the other one is I didn't even know about this one, the mini Christmas tree that comes with lights and an ornament.
I guess we'll get that tomorrow. Thanks, ProFlowers, in advance.
And as always, ProFlowers bouquets and plants are guaranteed to stay fresh, and you control the delivery date, like I said earlier. Big, beautiful flowers, more stems for your money, and long-lasting freshness. Doug, what's the deal?
To get 20% off all bouquets of $29 or more this holiday season, go to ProFlowers.com and use my code STANHOPE at checkout. That's ProFlowers.com and code STANHOPE. You saved me last night.
Why?
I'm in the middle of, just started getting a cold. I thought, again, this is a good time to quit smoking. When you have a cold, you don't want them as much. And
kind of cheating.
Yeah, but then after a few days without cigarettes, you start getting an appetite because then I don't drink. And if I don't drink and I don't smoke, I start getting an appetite. And you don't know how much I don't eat when I'm drinking and smoking. So I started getting hungry, and I had like half of an old White Castle I found in the freezer.
The frozen one?
Yeah, it wasn't like half, but they come like in twos.
Yeah.
It's the worst food ever, if you could call it food. And I only wanted one because on a good day, I could live a whole day on one slider. And now that I'm kind of healthy, except for the dying of this syphilis flu.
Syphaflu?
Yeah.
Syphaflu.
Yeah. Starve a fever, feed a syphaflu.
What do you
as I'm microwaving that and it's still freezer burned even when it's hot, that's when Chaille comes up with, guess what? Blue Apron.
It was good last night.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I just did 3 days of potatoes.
I didn't ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I just started shoveling food in my mouth.
What I love about this one is this is one of the quick ones, and it's one pan, so less dishes, right? That's the whole thing. Is I make a big mess because I do it like you're a guest chef on the Today Show. Where I've got the curry powders in this thing, and I've got all these things that turns into a fucking million things to wash at the end.
You don't have to do that, but you like to do that.
But the people that complain about it are the people that aren't cooking and are not washing. They're watching me going like, what's this? Oh,
this mess.
Where's the film crew? Right? So I've distilled it down, doing way less, and it's I do that quicker.
With the parties. I get a bunch of like candy and snacks, and I put everyone in. I could just These people are animals at my house.
Well, you
they don't
could-
need it in a little serving dish of sugar babies. Or
It could be a trough I mean, for all intents and
you could
purposes.
mix the chips with the gummy bears, and they'd eat it all together.
They
in
do
one
it anyway.
Handball.
So last night's was a 1-pan spicy Alaskan pollock, and it had jasmine rice in there and the broccoli. It was so good, and it's so easy. We just put it all together. It just everything.
It's easier when you do it
It's
for
very
me.
very much easier when I do it. But and then the cleanup is, other than the little ramekins that I put the spices in, is the pan. Super simple
Right.
and delicious. Yes.
I would suggest going to your local supermarket, buying a pan, cooking on it, and then returning it saying, hey, there was wild Alaskan pollock all over my pan when I bought it.
This didn't taste right. Can I get a refund?
And then they'd lick it and said, tastes perfect. Is that Blue Apron? Blue Apron is treating Doug Stanhope Podcast listeners to their first dinner, a $30 value, free.
What's that?
No, I was like amping up, give
okay.
drama for how much it's going to cost. Treating you to your first dinner free. Free. That's right. If you visit blueapron.com/Stanhope, that's important. $30 value. You can probably sell it on StubHub for $25, but you're going to want to eat it.
No, you won't put it back.
You
outside
can't
the door.
sgot Blue Apron. That's true.
You know what I love?
Actually
I got to
in the
tell you,
bylaw.
this is an unintended benefit of Blue Apron is the boxes they have a fixed lid, so it opens up. Kind of like a jewelry box or something.
Ta-da.
Right? Ta-da! And it is perfect after you're done enjoying your Blue Apron.
Does it have a crank on the side?
No, it doesn't. It should. That would be talk about ramping up.
Bing! Pollock.
I use that for storage. The boxes I recycle. I reuse them. All the Halloween stuff we used or that we had out in the yard. Small
You
little
say
compartments.
recycle. You mean hoard.
Well, no, we reuse all the Halloween stuff every year.
All right.
So I need a good box, and I need small boxes because they got to go down through that little.
I'm trying to get hoarders on track with the Blue Apron. Blue Apron, ladies and gentlemen.
I see where you're going now.
Check out this week's menu and get your $30 off with free shipping at blueapron.com/Stanhope.
Hey, here's just a few of the ones that are coming up. Baked tilapia and creamy kale with frigola sarda pasta. I have no idea what that is, but every pasta I've had has been amazing.
Say it in any accent you can pull off and say it quickly with gesticulate, and a chick will go, wow, this guy knows his shit.
Confidence, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the frigola pasta?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked it up, see? And you already said yes.
Frigola pasta.
You already said yes. It's a frigola sarda pasta, sir. Is that what you meant to say?
Frigola.
Frigola sarda. Yes.
Do it in a fucking Nazi accent. You can do it whatever.
Still sounds good.
As long as you sell it with confidence.
Hey, there's also the chili butter steaks with lemon, Parmesan, broccoli. This is a horrible read. Why did I
Butter steaks.
Well, I saw butter treats. It reminded me of Ronnie the limo driver. Let's just go to the next
butter
one.
steaks. Come on. All you have to say is butter steaks and people are on board.
The thing, we've talked about this before, all the way back to when we first started with Blue Apron, they've been our sponsor for a year now. The thing we learn with Blue Apron is the spices, is the different flavors that you add. And it's not hard. It's all right there, right in the box. So when it's chili butter steaks with lemon, Parmesan, broccoli, and potatoes, I know that chili is going to be something I probably haven't had before.
All right.
Like the ancho chili. That was in the pollock last night. Also, creamy tomato pasta with mushrooms and collard greens. Would you ever buy collard greens?
No, not unless I was, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Thank you for that. I don't have to edit.
I was trying to make a good times joke, but I didn't have it. I told you I'm sick.
Hey, there's 3 different plans right now. The 2-person meal plan, which serves 2 people, and you get to choose from 8 recipes a week. There's also the family meal plan, which serves 4 people and 4 new recipes a week. Or what we talked about last month, the wine plan, and that's 6 bottles of wine from renowned winemakers delivered monthly. Those 6 little mini bottles for 2 people.
You make your pick. Either way, First dinner free, blueapron.com/Stanhope. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. All right, let me stop to say, buy my goddamn book. Order it now at barnesandnoble.com or amazon.com if you don't want us to get credit going towards that New York Times bestseller list that we're right on the precipice of, I'm sure. But we could be, because I just get the hard copy. Oh my God, the stories that I did tell. I have stories that, really? Who? How many accusers? I have actual pictures. I've never been happier to promote a book in the tease to this. Get the book. That's the only way you're going to see the picture of me. I can't have that many pictures of this type of situation. I already have a whole chapter. And then there's another chapter where it was a different day and age, I guess. Because I'm an old man. And Bingo's book, which is beating my book in the fucking Amazon sales ratings. Yeah, her book is available at her new website, Bingaman.com. And that also goes through us. But hers only goes through us. Yeah, snatching all those profits.
Yeah. Or,
fuck her, she's retarded.
You can also buy it on Amazon, but right now Bingo's signing them. Signing all the books.
Oh, she's been signing them all day.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Put
if you
little
buy it through
treasures in books. Look what I did. And I signed it like this. Bingo's putting little cute notes and little fucking stickers or some shit in there. What else does she
That's
have to
on
do?
Bingo. That's all her. That's how she feels during the day.
Yeah, and eventually we'll both have audio books out. But as you know, if you read and listened to the first one, they're a little different. They're both challenging. All right, thank you. Let's get back to this podcast before I shit my pants.
Good.
Hey, we're rolling.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
All right, we're back.
Back from break.
Back from break. Back from Borderland Bread Pizza, Joby's Pizza.
Delicious.
The fucking best pizza.
Jonathan.
And Jonathan. Well, it is, you started it. Jonathan hopped on board, and we're going to make him dress up in a pizza mascot outfit when he sells it. All right, Bingo's back. Sarah Silverman.
Go with that. Let's go with that.
We'll go with it.
All right, great. Sarah Silverman, check. On board.
Sarah Hylander.
I tried to
Damn it.
get everybody high, and nobody got high with me. So I can attest to the fact
take
nobody's more high.
Sarah Hyland, previously Hyland, Hyland. Well, there's an actress.
Yeah.
Still don't know what.
Yeah. We still don't. All right.
So it was
She's
a
from
year
Modern
ago.
Family.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
All right, so you're kind of fucked when people try to Google search you.
Yes.
So
So
we talked you into
changed it.
changing it to Sarah Hylander.
Yes.
More Highland.
Which is
More Hyland
than Hyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
See,
that was about a
like
year ago?
Math.
Or more?
There's about a year or so.
Whatever.
Ago. Yeah,
has
doesn't matter.
it worked? Because that's your Twitter, at Sarah with an H, Hylander with a Y.
Has it worked?
Yeah.
Doug.
Are more people finding you?
What does that mean?
I don't even know. I don't think so. But it's okay. But it's okay. Like,
Has
we're still
it
going with
stuck with people that you know?
No.
No one's calling you Hylander?
No. People. No. Usually, people that know me just call me Sarah Hyland. Just for both names together.
Still not helping.
Still not helping. No. So I just go by Sarah Hyland. It doesn't matter.
When people call Bingo Amy, what? Amy? It's like when someone calls me Doug. They just call me Stanhope. So, anyway,
Douglas.
well, as long as you differentiate yourself,
Douglas.
they can find you now at Sarah Hylander.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still there.
Is your Facebook?
Sarah Hylander.
All right,
Yeah.
changed all of it up. Is there anyone who
I'm
can't
crushing.
find you now because you're no
I'm
longer Sarah Hylander?
Crushing. What?
Threw all those eggs right in that basket. Fuck.
I got famous right away. Like,
You got
I got-
this gig.
4 new followers. Yeah, I did.
You'll get at least 4 more.
4 more.
After this comes out.
That's what's happening. My mom, my dad.
Bingo's high and eating a block
buck
of
of
cheese
cheese.
like an apple. She's just gnawing on a giant block of
Some goddamn good cheese.
It's certified
very
night
good
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of hurts me to watch you gnaw on it like it's a block of butter. Bingo butter cheese.
I ain't yours, Dad.
Oh, fuck. I never.
We've digressed.
One of
I
the
don't
great
even know what that means.
One of the great sacrifices of this project so far has been giving up the T-shirt that says "I love butter cheeks."
Oh, she gave it away.
We
went
traded
to
it for a
Shawnee.
studio monitor rental,
Yeah.
and it worked out great for the production end of things. But I don't know about the wardrobe side. I think it took a loss.
Krebs is a professional. When we did my audio book, we did it podcast style, where if dogs bark in the background, fuck it. They're over at the Quiet House. They're tacking up fucking comforters to the walls to make a perfect studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just sweating like fucking bastards in this room for hours on end. No, nothing.
Watching me stutter. Bad reads.
The sweat brings out the best in you, though.
It's kind of like the panic attacks I started having where you go, okay, once I stutter through a line, now I'm afraid of stuttering. I stutter more and I fuck it up worse because I'm afraid of doing that.
I told you I was nervous going to read a couple of things for Bingo earlier.
Was it the guillotine in the corner that we had set up in case you
It was
fucked the take
the
up?
whole atmosphere. You don't want to fuck up Bingo's fucking project.
It's true.
But I didn't. Coming into your project, I was way fucking laid back because I didn't know what I was doing.
I was
actually.
nervous. I just had to read the forward. I was nervous because I knew all the work they put in. Oh, we had to quit because dogs were barking at fucking javelina. Like, wow, Krebs is going to take this way too seriously, and I just get out of bed.
Doug, you got nervous reading what you wrote?
Yeah.
All right. Just want to clarify that. The
Fucking
foreign
Hylander
was
and
you
fucking
penned it.
Krebs there, and I got Bingo sitting next to me, comes in chewing fucking gum,
I took it out.
yelling at me.
It's a different atmosphere. One of the clips from Doug's book that I used as one of my demos actually has me referring to the dogs as the dogs start barking in the background. I thought that was really like a production value type thing. I didn't know that it was.
Well, Bingo would do what you hate in a producer in that she'd go, no, say it this way. And I'd go, oh, I'm sorry. And she'd go, it's okay.
But
Like
it's,
talking down to you, like, it's
it's not, it is. It's different, you fucker.
You're right. But when I say, I'm sorry, you'd go, it's okay. Don't worry.
And
I think
rolled
you're
my
right.
eyes over here.
That is your position as
my
director.
job.
That's right.
Yeah, but she said it better just then when she goes, it is, you fucker. Not like, it's okay.
Yeah,
let's just try.
exactly. What
We'll
you were
take
saying.
5. We'll take a soft 5 and we'll come back and we'll start on everyone positions
You're
A.
doing great. You're doing great. You just ruined that line. You're doing great.
I definitely referenced you right away. I said, I'm more like Stanhope. If it's fucked up, tell me what it's fucked up because you said it like this, stupid. Say it like this instead.
So I'm
That's
good at my
way
fucking
more helpful
job.
than
And that's why when I did Louis C.K.'s show, Louis,
Exactly what I was thinking.
that's what I was thinking when I said it. Yeah.
I want to know how many people, with all the outrage about Louis C.K., have scrubbed their name from the resume if they did the show. I'm outraged. This is wrong. It's still on my IMDb page, though. It's still there. I did a great job on Louis' show. You still want the credit for, but that's true. He'd just go, what are you fucking doing? You go, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, do it like that, buckhead. He wasn't that coarse. I wish he was. But do you need that? How was your
I
experience
do.
with Bingo? Did she?
No, but I was like, I asked her, like, I wanted her to tell me. It's her story. Like, you have to, it's her. Like, if I'm sitting right next to her and I'm doing something, like, if I pronounce the word, like, I had to really hone in my accent for all of it.
Very Kentucky.
All of it. I had to really pay attention that I don't say as, like ah. I have to say them like I. Really hook them. Hook them. I. You know what I mean? And then she's like, I say either. She says either. See? See how that goes there?
Yes.
So that's why it was, but she has a whole way of, and she made up words. She has words in her own vocabulary that she's made up. That when I would look at them, I'd be like, bingo, what is that? Like, verbalology. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Verbigeration.
Ah, you just made a word.
I just,
Verbalology.
They're totally in sync.
101, new course. Yeah.
twinsies. So no. Yeah, like that. It's her own world, so I have to ask her. And
But that's the benefit of getting to work with the
That's what I
person
mean.
who wrote it is to like, how
Yeah.
did you make this?
It's a
how did
really
you mean
unique
this to
benefit.
sound?
kind of dope. There's
No,
a
I meant it to sound like this.
yeah. I mean, because there's some people that sit in a tube and they've never met the person and they just gotta read it. But like literally, she's sitting right there, which is nice.
Do you respond better? Like you audition for parts.
Yeah.
You know that Hollywood bullshit. No, you did a really great job. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Do you respond better let's leave bingo out of this. Would you respond better to someone in an audition going, what's that fucking accent? No.
Yes,
Jesus.
I've had that.
Do you need a soft hand to
No,
guide you?
no. But that's what I said to Doug Krebs. Like because at the end of it, like at the first, I think they were being really nice to me, but then like, and I know it sucked. I was like, it's terrible. But then like towards the end, Krebs was just like, okay, look, I'm gonna be a little more specific now. On what you're doing wrong here. Not wrong, but yeah, I mean, like, I like that. Like, just don't fuck with me. No waste of time. Just tell me. Like, I don't care. Like, I'd rather sit here for 4 hours and do it right than to be jerked off and fucking
we also
leave and nobody
clarified
gives a
that
shit.
Amy brought you in this project for a reason, and your
I
voice
know.
and your accent is part of what she brought you in
But
for.
I
so
realized
we didn't
that-
try to delete that.
I
You know?
did have to change my accent, though.
Yes,
I did realize
certainly
that.
pronunciation on certain words.
We were going to try to just read it as is, but then I was like, oh, fuck, nobody understands this banjo with a fucking mouth. So I had to, like, literally, I had to hone it in.
Yeah, the regular Sarah Hylander is a slurring Kentucky drawl.
True.
Like she could, if someone fell out of Bird Cloud, she could fill in as the.
I want to know what that is.
I love that Doug still can't use their names because he doesn't know the names of the girls in Bird Cloud.
And he fucked.
I love that she just looked confused at it as I'm laughing.
Should I not have
at
said
it.
that?
I don't know what bird cloud
Cut.
is.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Bird Cloud is they're two rural Tennessee. They're a duo band, and yeah, they. We'll show you the video of Vodka Soderbergh after this.
name-
Actually, we'll close on that because when you see them, you'll go, "Oh yeah, if I had to fill in for one of those, because one of them was canceled due to exhaustion." You'd go, "Yeah, I could do either part."
Okay. I'm excited.
Can you not see her as someone in Bird Cloud, bingo?
I'll give you $100. You can name both of the girls in Bird Cloud.
Come on, man.
Mackenzie?
Is that open to all of us?
Oh, wait. Fuck. See, I only have one number.
Hold on, am I giving you $100 or are we betting $100?
Oh, well, you're going to fucking Matt Becker me?
No,
on
I
this?
won't 10 to 1 you.
No, it's Jasmine and
Ah,
Mackenzie.
fuck.
No, I don't need the money.
I'll give you the money.
No, the point is I have Bird Cloud in my phone. If I talk to them, if I text or call, I don't know which one I'm talking to. It's Bird Cloud. Separate but equal. Well, no, they're not separate.
That's the way I read their tweets.
Oh, yeah, they tweet as Bird Cloud.
Stupid.
I don't have a favorite.
You mean their PR person does? Big time.
I can't wait.
I assume. No, I assume it's one of them. Come on.
You bought that?
I was
They
going to
don't
say.
have PR people.
Well, they might have someone, but
Someone-
it's definitely one of them.
Jack Spinner McKinsey answers the phone, and that's it.
Next, you can convince him that I have somebody tweeting for me.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of gigs where Jasmine goes, "Wait, we're playing where?" It's like, no, I booked it. It's like, but tonight?
All right, I'll give you that. I know both their names, but I'm not sure which one's which.
Oh! I already gave you the $100 though.
Well, I'll
That
give
wasn't
it,
part of the bet.
I'll give it back to you.
No, you don't have to give it
It's
back.
it's a dead heat.
We're even because you'll never guess. Which one plays a crotch
Oh my
harmonica?
God!
The crotch mannequin? Is that what you said?
She's making words like crazy. She's been hanging out
Crotch
so long.
moccasins?
She's been hanging out so long with Bingo. She's like, she can't even
Write it
stop
down.
it.
She was-
Crotch Monacan.
She was so appalled by the words she made up, too. That was the best part.
No,
Like,
it's-
what? Crotch monikins? You gotta kid me.
I got the
happens
titles of the
in Tennessee. I
podcast.
don't
Crotch
know.
Monacan.
If this is if this were Thanksgiving where we drifted from
Crotch
comedy
moccasins.
into karaoke, it would be great to see Bingo and Hylander doing Bird Cloud at karaoke. Except for the
I'm gonna wear a
crotch
crotch
harmonica.
mannequin. Not a crotch harmonica.
Crotch
Oh, is
Monacan.
that- oh,
Crotch
is that what
mannequin, man.
Crotch
she was trying to say?
harmonica?
Crotch
Mannequin.
harmonica?
Yeah, you just ruined it.
Everything's
I fucked it
ruined.
up. Sorry. Audiobook Krebs.
Audiobook.
You have to go back and edit this. Mm-hmm. And Bingo's going to come up because she's going to put. There are clips from her album that are based exclusively on Jive Talk from crazies in the mental institution. There are lyrics that are based on just verbigeration
Yeah.
from other people that would talk in kind of lyrically, crazy lyrically. So when you hear the music, you really, in my head, you have to read the diaries to understand the album. Go ahead.
Doug and I, Krebs and I have talked a little bit. The timeline, the book was written when you were locked up, Bingo, over 12 years ago.
Oh, 4.
So how long after that was the music recorded?
06?
I think that we were finishing it in 06.
So it's very close, that timeline. So the music is coming out like the fact that they're coming out together is pretty amazing because then the book and the music are aligned. But the music has been done for a long time. I mean, I've played every time we do something.
On Bingo's music.
Yeah, but I'm saying is like those things are parallel. I mean, in that 2 years apart, but it's been 10 and 12 years since everything was actually written down, and it's all coming out at the same time.
Yeah, it's exceptional, yeah.
Didn't know if we had the
And
timeline.
Krebs has been here the whole time. You've known Krebs since well before any of this, right?
I don't know when we met. It's been a while.
Do you tell the story about you booking Krebs in Bisbee?
Oh, no. Okay, we got to do that. Krebs, give us some background on you.
In 2005, is that what you're talking about?
Well, before that, how do you know Bingo? Because she can't remember.
Through Robin. Yeah, and actually, I moved into Bingo's old room.
Saxophone Rob.
Yes.
We talked about him on the podcast.
And he plays on the album, or
He plays all over the album. He wrote
quite a
the
bit, yeah,
music.
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so I met him in Portland randomly through playing at this kind of hole in the wall. And
Okay. By the way, Robin is also throughout the book. That was the guy that carried you in a ball gown into a Wyoming mental institution and said, "I don't know what else to do. So here you go." And so he's in the what?
Here, you throw this away.
Stop. We just Bingo.
Doing a Hedberg joke. Here, you throw this away. Sorry.
Bingo. When you were in a coma and you're kind of coming out of it, you'd stare at me with the same dazed look, and I would say, "Bingo, this is really trying. Can you at least fake a smile?"
I know. Who got me high?
I'm just saying.
Not me.
Look at me. Bingo, your fake smile, you just go like this. So vague, the fakest.
A bank teller's purse of the lips.
Yes.
Yeah, straight across.
Like when Chad Shank does a British accent.
You have a 0 bounce.
So just smile at me. All right, I'm just going to not look at you because I think you're upset all the time. I understand you're high. Anyway.
So with meeting Robin, the premise was that we had all met at this, it was like a free jazz night that we did at this place in Portland. And he was driving cab at the time, and so was Chris, who was our roommate. And they would come in when it was slow and come in and sit in on tunes. And this fellow, Doug Haining, another Doug, he organized the night, and I would come in and play drums sometimes. And that's how I met Robin. And eventually, I moved in with him. I helped work on mixing his band. And then eventually moved into the house with Chris and him. And then...
so you're mostly a producer. That's what you've done for years.
Audio recording. Yeah, audio recording.
But at that
mixing.
time, I think you were just a musician trying to pick up gigs, right?
Yeah, it was a kind of a lonely night. We'd play, and there were a few like staple people that would come in to check it out, but it was pretty much nonsense music. I mean, it had a really specific...
No, you said jazz.
It was free jazz. Yeah, it was a very specific
Wait,
audience.
you're playing or you're...
I was playing the drums, yeah.
Right.
So in this place, like, there was almost such a small place, I only brought a couple things there because the stage was really small. It was...
You didn't bring your rototoms?
No, I got the rototoms
Okay. No
back at the
bongos?
studio, no. But we had a very interesting night of whoever would show up because of that. Because a lot of the people would show up randomly because of other things they were doing. And so that's how I met Rob, and we became very good friends.
Let's speed up to when you brought a band to Bisbee.
Oh, yes. So that was all on Rob, pretty much. Like, he was like, it was at the time, Rob and Nick O'Gara were also, he was living in the house too, and we were all playing in this band called Ape House in Portland, which was the band that I believe
so you were in the band that
yes.
came to Bisbee. All right. I can't remember.
Well, basically what happened was I traded mixing the record for a month's rent in their house because I was living in my studio in Portland.
I think a lot of
illegally.
people listening probably know that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Or that kind of guy?
So they were into it. He was like, hey, do you want to mix this record? And I was like, that sounds great, you know? And so we traded that. And so at that point, I knew the material, and I started playing drums in the band. And then we had kind of a bunch of tunes arranged and everything. So Robin was like, hey, it'd be a great idea. We'll go play Stanhope's New Year's party. And so Nick and Rob and I drove down here.
That was the first year we lived here.
That was 2005, I believe, is what it was. Yeah, right? Or no?
Yeah, 2005 was
2004, 2005
6.
is when you... Yeah.
Yeah, it was New Year's Eve into 06. There was nothing here. There was that house.
This house wasn't here for sure.
Yeah, the FunHouse wasn't here. It was just that house. We had people sleeping in the crawl space. Oh my God!
Which that would be
could have been
that would be a Hostel movie right now. No one would do that.
Yeah, one of our friends banged two guys, Harvey Weinstein style.
Listen, James Inman doesn't want his name mentioned on the podcast, so we can't say James Inman.
In the crawl space.
I was about to say, if you tell the story, there's probably charges pending.
No. She was the instigator.
That doesn't make it okay, Doug
right.
Stanhope.
It was a lot of fun. The cops did show up
later in the evening, as we recall.
Later in the morning.
Yeah, later in the morning.
That's not. Yeah, we don't count that one. But I remember we were fortuitously placed where we're in the guest house and we could see through the window because we probably didn't have shades or blinds or anything at that point. So they're walking down the driveway and just in time for us to put the Coke away in a desk drawer and go, "Oh, problem, officer."
I think what I
was way before.
I was referring to the fact that you had booked Krebs' band.
It was probably Robin's band.
Well,
actually.
Robin's
This
band
is Robin's band.
at the with the stock exchange.
Oh no, that was a different
this
thing
is a different
entirely.
time.
Oh, that's what I was
We
talking
didn't
about.
have a stage or anything. We were just playing in the dining room of the main house, which
wow.
is still a tiny house.
No, he was talking about the USS Horsewhip experience. Yeah, at the stock exchange.
Yeah, no, that's what we're getting to.
okay.
That was your first time here, was our first real party here.
Okay, sure.
And then
I don't even know about that. That's
later on, the Butters in a dress, all that.
Yeah, that was a 3-day fun time is what it was. We played for 3 days straight almost.
Yeah.
People slept, of course, but
Sometimes.
the music was happening.
you were playing jazz. Everyone
That's
slept.
the night we met Joby. Joby showed
Oh.
up because of MySpace. And that's the night we met Joby.
This was
Anyway,
back
let's
in the
fast forward to, that was a great night with lots of horns and fucking Rob playing saxophone in the living room. We went up to the house over there, the old schoolhouse,
Oh, yeah,
kitty corner.
that's right. I remember that.
Because it was the weird fire starter 8-year-old daughter's birthday, and she was this weird kid. We met the neighbors. We were doing mushrooms with the neighbors, and they're...
You'll see the Radar Online article about the time Stanhope freaked out the autistic kid next door.
Is that it?
Anyway, let's just let's get through this.
Shit, I
Now
made that
Krebs has a tie-in with Bisbee, and he gets involved with this band that he books at the stock exchange. From what
I can't remember exactly who booked it. I think the fact
Doug booked it. Don't puss out on this. You told me the story. Doug booked.
Well, I think what happened was we had a black spot in our dates. You know, we had a night off in between San Diego and
Yes.
I can't remember where
Long
we were.
Island.
Yeah, it probably was Long Island, but somewhere probably like Albuquerque.
Yeah,
Probably
probably
it was
Albuquerque. Yeah. That seems normal.
And so I was like, well, I don't know anyone except Doug, or Stanhope, so see what's up there, and and you thought it was a funny idea to book us here. So I believe that you told them that we were a jazz act.
Well,
And
I would have assumed.
I think that you maybe thought this in earnest because the last band I was in was kind of like that. But this band was definitely a polar opposite, a metal band. And so we sent promotional material to this like we would with any show.
Well,
they didn't ever open it. But
So hold on a second.
Patricia Stewart-
He
Right.
pitched it as Dave Brubeck 5, and you're bringing Wasp to town.
it was heavier than Wasp even.
Oh
yeah.
wow!
Yeah.
Oh, it was so loud.
Wait, where was this at?
We
The
shined in the right
stock
light.
exchange. Right in
definitely.
this-
The stock
center-
exchange where you're 7 feet from the guy on stage,
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
what
where
happened,
you're
yeah.
sitting.
Yeah, and
Perfect venue for some.
it's
Blackie Lawless
it's
Wasp
the
era.
most centrally located bar in Old Bisbee.
No, it's the best. It's the best. Is the best position for a spot to have a venue.
But I'm saying it's right in the middle of all the other venues. That would be where you put the flag of the North Pole of all the bars that are very close to you. I think other bands were calling the cops because they couldn't hear their band over this band.
It became interesting because I recall there was some kind of political thing happening where like somebody from one club was mad that it was loud, and then someone else from even the same place maybe was mad that their friend was mad about it. So it became this like, no, don't play because other people were upset. And then other people would come in and said, no, play louder because fuck that guy. Yeah. So we were caught in this kind of crossfire. I believe we played 4 total songs and they were good tunes. Maybe not, we maybe saved the best for last, which we didn't get to play, but we definitely got cut off. So
Yeah, they just shut down the band in the middle of it because Patricia Stewart, who is a woman with a lineage of running rock and roll clubs in the fucking Studio 54 days or something, where she's like, this is not what I expected. This is going to stop. And at that point, I just wanted to hear the sound of my own voice yelling at... They one of the few times, even in comedy when it's going poorly, they never like pulled the plug.
I
I
think it
heard
was,
her say that exact same thing during a comedy show one time.
JT Habersat.
Oh, I wasn't going to say.
this was strictly a volume thing though, to my understanding.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was.
We were bringing the plaster off the ceiling.
But I
This
asked him. I
town
go,
was built in like 1890, so you play at a certain level. There's structural.
Yeah, we were going to break some
Concerns.
shit probably. But
equipment wise, what he brought, their band.
Controlled demolition, building
Exactly.
7. That's what it was about to happen.
Sonically, everything they brought was enough to fucking bring the house down. It was a concern for the patrons.
Right. Of the city.
the building inspector came
It sounds
and
like
shut
there
it
was a
down.
lot of equipment on stage, and you may have been blocking the entrance to the bathroom.
It's quite possible.
That is how you get to the bathroom.
That's the only way.
Well, welcome back.
Well, it's good to be back. Yeah, I try not to block any bathrooms now.
It's 10 minutes. You got a gig in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta go. See you.
All right. Shall we wrap this up? Sarah Hylander left.
We want to say thank you to No Pity Originals who sent scarves to Bingo and Morgan Murphy from the Timbers, Portland Timbers.
Portland Timbers, my favorite MLS team. Although I haven't paid attention. Evidently, they won the fucking championship last year. I must have been doing something.
Big fan.
Someone was in a coma. Sorry, I missed MLS. Don't worry, I'll be around for World Cup, even though my team's not in it. Holland is out. My country of choice is out. They're not even playing. So hopefully Costa Rica's in, because that's my second. USA, somewhere way down the list.
They're out.
USA's out?
USA's out too. I think Mexico City fucked them. But
Sounds about right.
yeah.
Well, that's not a country. But go ahead. Anyway.
Hey, Bingo, thank you for honoring me, letting me read a few lines on your audiobook.
No one else.
Please buy Bingo's book. What's her link? Oh, bingaman.com.
Yes.
That-
Signed books.
Thank you very much for doing
It's called
all that
Let
you've
Me
done.
Out. It's an in-the-moment diary of some hideous Wyoming mental health care, mental institution, rubber room, asylum, loony bin,
Pistachio Hut.
pistachio hut. All right, let me thank @Bingo Bingaman. Are you on Twitter, Krebs?
No, I'm not.
You fucking suck.
I know.
Yeah.
You'll never work Bisbee again.
Yeah, I know. I thought that 10 years ago. I thought that, so I'm back already. Fuck it.
@Sarah with an H, Hylander with a Y, @HD Fatty, @Ggreg Chaille, CHAILLE, and I'm @Doug Stanhope. It's the Bingo audiobook after party
At the FunHouse.
with
Glad to be
Bingo
here.
Bingaman, Sarah Hylander as Bingo Bingaman.
Yeah.
You narrated the book, and Doug Krebs, who not only did the audiobook, he also...
He did R.E.M. Used, my entire album. And
how many
now
years
he's-
ago?
What did we work
12?
out? 11?
11, yeah.
11.
And Chad Shank, of course. Chaille will dip in and out. So you're just wrapping up.
Yeah.
All right, let's start here. Your dad came down.
Why are we starting here?
Because your dad came down, you were going to read the book yourself.
Oh, yeah, no. Dad is an old Toastmasters guy. And
Your dad is very funny.
yeah, he reads publicly a lot. And so I worked out some stuff in front of him and I couldn't do anything he said. I didn't know what he was talking about. I fucked up every line. I read too fast. I was a mess. I was a fucking tard.
So your dad had to tell you you're not cut out for the job.
No, I told myself I wasn't cut out for the job before anybody else did.
That's good. It's good to be self-aware.
Absolutely. Everybody else will bullshit you and be. I told them this morning when I talked to Bingo earlier. I go, I'm like Doug. I go, if something sucks, you have to say this sucks and this is why. You can't sugarcoat it and say this is. Let's redo that again another time.
There would have had a lot of sugar on my read if I would have read it. Not good.
Well, I kind of teased it with you when you were dead set on doing it yourself. I said, but if you didn't, who would you choose? The people we know.
And who I said was Margot Wallenberg, motherfuckers.
Who sounds like Chad Shank doesn't really work.
I had no one in the beginning.
I was feeling you out. I didn't
Yeah.
want to say you shouldn't do this. I knew it would take a lot of work if you did want to do it, because you're a fucking writer. Last night, I tell Bingo, don't look at comments. And someone on Facebook when you had tweeted a photo of Sarah narrating your book, and some fuckhead says, "Wait, you can write a book, but you can't even read it?" Like, you're not, and I'm like, this is why I say don't read comments. Who is this guy? So for 5 minutes, you're fucking apoplectic.
Yeah, and then I got over it. For 5 minutes, I was pissed, yeah.
But if you keep reading them, you're going to have a lot of 5 minutes.
Oh, no, I do know that.
So a lot of times you'll find an insult where there wasn't one.
Well, the thing is, in my book, if you'd read the fucking book, I insult myself enough and say I can't read out loud. In my book, I talk about it. So go fuck yourself. You didn't even read my book. Sorry.
So you realize it's not your gig, and it's not. You can't read a book. Well, there's acting chops on some level that come into it that I don't even have. That's why I have Chad Shank fucking read half of my book.
I was about to chime in for Bingo because he does kind of seem like he's picking on you. But whenever we did Stanhope's book, the producer from Audible, Bruce, halfway through he came outside and he goes, "I'm really glad you're here to do this because there's no way we could get this done in 4 days if Stanhope was doing it."
Fucking terrible read. Just doing the forward for your book. I was stuttering and quivering, and no, I can hear my own fucking sloppy mouth. It's just awful.
I put an extra mic on your heartbeat just so we can kind of fade that in at certain times.
Telltale heart. Is he reading Poe or Bingo?
Oh.
That way you can kind of gauge whether or not the